All right. So I'm doing this video because I was doing another video that was about tabletop RPGs I'm not interested in playing or trying. And in that video, I started talking about a couple games that I'm very interested in trying. Now, a while back when Fantasy Age, the PDF, first came out, like the pre-orders, and I think they gave the PDFs out or something like that. A couple people did some video reviews. The guys over at Tabletopping, I think, is the channel and website. Chris from Drop Dice did some videos on it, and I've seen some other reviews. Now I know Robert Fremantle does Dragon Age videos, and I haven't had a chance to watch a lot of his, but I have watched a couple. I did watch a long time ago Will Wheaton's Dragon Age game on, I believe, the Geek and Sundry channel, or maybe it was something else. Tabletop role playing or tabletop games or whatever it was. Or Tabletop, I think, is the channel. And the games look interesting to me. I don't know what it is because I don't know a lot about the mechanics. I think part of it is that Dragon Age, when the first one came out and it became the Game of the Year edition back on PlayStation 3, my wife and I were looking for a game that we could play together. And so we went and picked up Dragon Age Origins Game of the Year. Now, really, I wanted it, but I didn't know how into those kinds of video games she was. I knew she had said she used to play some video games like Skyrim, not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls. One of those games, not Skyrim though, at the time. And so when we bought Origins, I thought it was just going to be a game for me. I started playing it, and I think, trying to think, maybe she was on maternity leave, so maybe it was like 4 years ago. And she ended up, when I was at work, starting to play and ended up beating the game. So it was the first game that she had beat that I hadn't, and I had no desire to beat the game after she did, so I didn't pick it up. And when Dragon Age 2 came out, I bought it for her. Again, I knew at this time I knew it was a game she wanted to play. I didn't have much of an interest in trying to beat it after she started, because you watch someone play the game, you know the story, you don't feel the need to pick it up and play necessarily. Sometimes you do. It wasn't until Inquisition almost came out that I decided to go back and beat both of those games. But then Dragon Age Inquisition came out, and this was the first one that I beat before her. In fact, I don't think she's beat it yet. Or actually, she did just recently beat it. Sorry, my throat's scratchy, so I need to keep drinking water so I don't cough. So then she, I'm sorry. So that's the only video game series that her and I have both enjoyed. We both like D&D. We both enjoyed 2nd edition. We're both enjoying 5th edition a lot. But now there's this RPG out there that's over 400 pages and seems, from what I've heard, to capture the feel of the video game, both in classes and powers and things like that in the game. And the setting is good. I enjoy it. I mean, it's a game, the video game, for example, I would have no problem going back and playing in order to prep for a game session. Like, how cool is that? You can do it at the same time. Like, oh, I just played through this in the video game. Might as well throw it at my players. Sounds kind of cool to me. But anyways, I think the real appeal, though, is that it's something that she already knows a lot about the world. I know a little bit about the world. It would be, I think, a pretty easy transition into a tabletop RPG. Beyond that, I don't know if either of our two D&D groups would be interested or not. Maybe. But maybe that's something we could do together. You know, we get them every now and then to play some Dragon Age or maybe we just play a fantasy game and use just the stuff from Dragon Age and Fantasy Age. I mean, I don't know. But I think it would be cool to play in the world of Thedas or Ferelden or whatever. I think Ferelden's a city. But Thedas, I think, is the world. And I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think that's the point, right? It would just be fun. It seems like a simple enough game to pick up and play from what I've seen with Ashes of Volcana. Now, here's the other thing. Ashes of Volcana, is it called Titan's Grave? I don't know. The Will Wheaton one. Ashes of Volcana is the name of the series, I think. I don't think that's the game. In fact, let me just look real quick. I think I screwed it up in another video too. But this whole deal, it just seems like it would be very easy to play across, you know, whatever genre you really want at Titan's Grave, the Ashes of Volcana. You know, you could do a lot with it. You could play in the Dragon Age setting or just a random fantasy setting. You know, you could use Dragon Age stuff in those other ones, you know, without converting because it's all seamlessly, you know, together. At least that's my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong. If you've played them, maybe there would be some tweaking or power tweaking. I don't know. But then there's the whole idea that you could always play in Titan's Grave too. So, or if your players like Fantasy Age or Dragon Age, you could then play Titan's Grave pretty easily as well. I don't know. So that's just my thoughts. But that's a game I really want. Those are some games I really want to try. And I just think it'd be fun. So if you know a lot about it, feel free to comment below. Let me know what you think. And, you know, if you know more about the mechanics, feel free to explain. And maybe we can get some dialogue going back and forth. Thanks.